What's going on, everybody? I wanted to do this video forever, and now it is finally time to release it. I'm talking about an NBA expansion video. Now, why am I choosing the NBA right off the bat here? Why not the MLB or the NFL? Don't worry, I will get to those shortly. The reason is simple, right? The NBA playoffs are right now, and the NBA finals are officially rolling right now, which means that, yeah, the Stanley Cup finals are also happening right now, but I wanted to focus something different on hockey for a while. So I know I don't really typically talk about basketball on this channel, but today is an exception. So yeah, there are a lot of teams that I would give an NBA expansion team to. I think I had maybe 43. I only denied like 2 cities, Mexico City, Hawaii, Honolulu, Hawaii, and I also declined Alaska as well, because those markets are too small, as well as Birmingham. So technically 4 cities there. So without any further ado, let's get started. I'll start with the logo, the colors, and the reason why I chose the name, colors, logos, uniforms, court, and go on to the next team. So, like I said, I do have a lot to get to, so without any further ado, let's get started officially, and I will go in alphabetical order in terms of cities. Now, tell me what you think of these names in the comments as we go along. But, first, the Anaheim Anglers. Anaheim deserves an NBA team. I thought in my original draft that I thought it would be the Angel Birds, but I decided not to go that route because, yeah, there are fictional teams in sports, but the Angel Birds just sound a little cheesy, so I didn't want to enter a team that was too cheesy. I wanted them to make sense, not only for the city, but also the NBA as well. So, Anaheim Anglers. Anglers comes from the classic fish, the anglerfish. And it works with alliteration. Now, I don't know if anglerfish actually swim in the waters near California. I really hope so, but Anaheim needs an NBA franchise. You already have the Ducks, you already have the Angels. Why not an an NBA franchise, right? So the colors would be green and orange here, and the uniforms are green The jersey's green, the pants are green, with orange and white lines around the shoulder cuffs. If you don't know what a shoulder cuff is, it's basically what I call like the hole where your arm goes in a sleeveless tank top or basketball jersey. So that's what I'll be calling them in this video, just so FYI. I don't know what else you would call them. Moving on to the pants. The pants have a white and orange stripe around them. Now I call them pants and not shorts because, yeah, you could call them whatever, you know. But I feel like most people, when they say basketball, they usually typically think of those as pants, not shorts, because shorts are what you call short pants that are not in basketball. I know, it's confusing, right? Anyway, the pants have that detail, and every staple of a new NBA team will have their logo on the bottom of the right pant leg. The away uniform, now, typically the away is dark, but I flipped it. I flipped it because I'm more used to hockey where they call the dark jerseys home jerseys, and they call the aways the white jerseys. So that's basically what I'm doing here. So, inside basketball, if you prefer the opposite, I'm gonna call it out on this video. But anyway, the jersey spells Anglers in orange lettering with white trim. The court, I would have green keys with yellow outlining, and the border will also be green with a yellow outlining as well. And of course, we'll have the primary logo front and center. Now, the primary logo is of an anglerfish biting down on a basketball. Now, unfortunately, I can't shove the uniforms or the logo or the court on this video, or the colors really, because I don't have that kind of technology with me, for one thing, and for the other, I am terrible at making logos. Surely there's someone out there that can make them for me. But I was originally going to turn to AI for its help to make my logos better. But AI is risky nowadays, and I didn't really want to get caught, so yeah, unfortunately I can't share the branding with you. I can only describe it. Okay, Baltimore Blue Crabs. Now, why Baltimore and why Blue Crabs? Baltimore needs a NBA franchise. We already have the Baltimore Ravens in the NFL. We have the Baltimore Orioles in the MLB. We don't have one for hockey or basketball, and I feel like, you know, with with the backlash of the Baltimore Bullets, I get it. You don't really want to go back to that name. But I do have a separate name that I've been working out for a while. I know it probably wouldn't make sense for Baltimore, because Baltimore probably isn't near the water. I may be wrong. If you go look at a map, you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, basically, yeah. Now, blue crabs. Why blue crabs? Well, there aren't some good names out there for Baltimore. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And one YouTuber said Baltimore Knights, but I didn't want to go that direction because I don't want to copy him. And I also didn't see, like, the sense behind it. Like, what part of Baltimore has that kind of medieval ties? I mean, I know they have the Ravens, and the Ravens are medieval names, sure. But where did they get that from? Where? So I decided to go with blue crabs instead. Like I said, I don't know if Baltimore is near the water or not. It could be redundant if not redundant, jeez. It could be a bad pick for a name because the water isn't near them. But it's the only really good name that I kind of saw out there. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Now, the blue crab colors would obviously be blue and red. Obviously, I didn't want to copy off the Wizards. That wasn't my intention. But I really wanted to give Baltimore an NBA team. So I decided to name them the Baltimore Blue Crabs. So the the uniforms are blue, a royal blue to be specific, with a red, and it's spelling out the word blue crabs on the front in red lettering with white trim. The pants have a red and white stripe all the way around the waist, and the shoulder cuffs are that way as well, with red and white wrapping around. Now, for the away, it's pretty much the same thing, although the white gets changed to blue, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The white becomes the blue, and I thought I could see it in my mind, and I thought I did pretty well on this uniform set. The logo is of a blue crab with red highlights pinching a basketball. Now, I know this seems pretty obvious, but I didn't really have any other choice for logos, so there you go. The secondary logo would be of a B and a C in bold lettering, and yeah, that's basically it. The logo... Oh, arenas. I forgot to talk about stadiums. Well, for Anaheim, they will play at Honda Center. For the Baltimore Blue Crabs, they will play in the same arena that the Baltimore Bullets used to play in. I know that building probably got demolished. If so, build a new arena somewhere in Baltimore. Because we need a Baltimore NBA team. Whether it's the Knights, whether it's the Blue Crabs. Let's move on, shall we? The Brooklyn Bees. And I know what you're thinking. Samuel, why are you giving Brooklyn another NBA team? They already have the Nets. And I know, just listen to me, okay? The Brooklyn Nets don't really have that much great of a brand anyway. And I think moving them to New Jersey would be a good move. Now, I don't see the Brooklyn Nets moving anytime soon. But, I just think that this would work out so much better than the Nets. Their color scheme would be black and yellow, with black being the primary color. I'll talk about the Bees and then I'll go back to the Blue Crabs. Okay, the Bees have a black jersey with yellow lettering with white trim spelling out the word Bees on the front. Which would be the home uniform. The pants will also be black with yellow and white stripes going around the waist, and the yellow and white stripes also going on shoulder cuffs. Now, the away uniform. Pretty similar to the home uniform, I will say. But instead of the yellow, the white gets changed to black. Okay? All the yellow elements on the jersey, white elements, all the white elements that are on the home uniform get changed to black. Sorry, black. It's been a long week, just stay with me here. The keys will be black with yellow trim, and the border will be black with yellow trim as well. Oh, and each of the arenas will have one name on one side and another name on the other, with the city name being on the left side and the team name being on the right side. Okay, which would be in orange lettering for the anglers, red, yellow lettering for the Blue Crabs, yellow for the Bees, obviously, and yeah, that's about it. The away uniform, however, well, the away I kind of already explained pretty much. I thought I did pretty well on this one. This one is of a bee poking the basketball with its stinger. Now, I know there's also a bee mascot in the NBA already, but I wanted to make clear that this is different from the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets have a hornet dribbling a basketball, while this bee is while the B's have a V poking a basketball. It's very different. Again, I think Brooklyn, if the Nets move, Brooklyn would be an excellent spot to expand to. Now, the Chicago Packers. Now, I know what you're gonna say. We already have the Bulls. But this would be more of a White Sox kind of situation. Remember when the MLB expanded and the White Sox came on board as well with already a Chicago team there? Well, they moved to the west side of the city, which made me think, why can't I do that with other teams as well? So here we go, the Chicago Packers. Now, I know, why the name Packers? Well, if you go back into NBA history, the Bulls used to be the Chicago Packers. But this is totally different from what I have in mind. Now, obviously, there's already a Packers team in the NFL, but I gotta hand it to you. I'm sorry, Packers fans of the football team, but they're terrible. I just have to admit, they are terrible with branding. So, the colors for this, the logo will be of a Mad Bull. Now, I know what you're thinking, why? Why? Because it's obviously difficult to imagine a Packer, right? So, I had to be a little bit more creative. Now, I know the Bulls are gonna get mad at me, but what if it was totally different? If the logo was different, then you don't need to change the Bulls logo. Okay? And they have different colors than the Bulls as well. They will be green and red rather than red and black. I think this would work well as an NBA team. Now, the uniforms. I love these uniforms. Like, the uniforms in my mind, I'm like, I cooked these in my mind. Because obviously I can't show you them. Anyway, the uniforms will be green and with red text going across the front reading Packers. Okay? And yeah, well, yeah. The shoulder cuffs would be trimmed with a red and white stripe around it. The pants will be green with a white and red stripe around them. Now the away uniform is different. All the white elements on the jersey become green, okay? All the white elements on the home jersey get flipped to green, okay? Just imagine that in your mind. The court, I think I did a great job with this court. Chicago on one side, of course, Bulls on the other in red text, trimmed in white, the border is green, trimmed in red, and the keys are green, trimmed in red, and I thought I did a pretty nice job with the primary logo in the center. step, the Dow, next step, the Florida Pelicans. Now, you might be asking, why did you move the Pelicans? Now, New Orleans is without a basketball team, but this is actually how I would fix that, okay? Just hear me out. If the Pelicans moved from New Orleans to Fort Lauderdale, okay? Because all the other markets are taken, right? Orlando has the Magic. Miami has the Heat. Jacksonville, we'll talk about them shortly, will have the Alligators, okay? Just picture that. And Tampa Bay will have the Humpbacks. So, they'll be positioned in Fort Lauderdale, but they'll be called the Florida Pelicans. And I'm calling them an expansion team because you need to bring back the Jazz to New Orleans. That's where they belong. That's where they always should belong. They should have never moved to Utah in the first place. Okay? So that's how I would fix that. Pelicans, welcome back to the NBA. Next up is the Hartford Shepherds. Now, actually, no. Forget Hartford, okay? Forget that I said that. The next one is the Jacksonville Gators. Now, previously I said that Jacksonville already has a team. This is that team, the Gators, and their colors are going to be blue and green and blue, but it's different from the Timberwolves uniforms, okay? Just let me explain. The colors will be green and blue, not blue and green. I mean green and blue. Blah. Okay. The colors would be blue and green, not green and blue. That's what I meant to say. The logo will be the gator chomping on a basketball. Now I know this is pretty generic, but most of my NBA new logos are generic. Basketball has to be in there because it has to be present throughout every NBA logo. Almost every NBA logo. There is one exception on here, but we'll get to them in a second. Yeah. Oh yeah, the uniforms. Now, the uniforms are different than the Timberwolves. They're gonna have green lettering instead of white. So, it would go like this. Blue uniform, green letters, white trim, okay? And every team, I forgot this, will have a stripe on their, 3 stripes on the waist. What? From the top to the bottom. And for this team, it will go blue, white, and blue. Right? And And the white will be transitioned from white to blue, which will be explained in a new way. The pants will have a green and white stripe running around them. Primary logo on the right pant leg, and the stripe will continue down to the pants, alright, on the left leg and the right leg, okay? So the logo is higher up than the stripes, if you can imagine that. Okay, moving on to the court. And the border is, I have to be careful how I say this. The border is blue with green lettering, with white trim, with Jacksonville on one side, Gators on the other, okay? Very simple, very clean, nothing fancy going on. And there will be, the primary logo will be in the middle. The keys will be green with blue trim. I think I did an excellent job with this court in my mind. I can envision it and say, yes, I did do a good job with this one. Next up, the Los Angeles rain. Now, what happened to the Lakers? Well, the Lakers kind of got rebranded into the rain. I'm sorry, LA. I just had to get that done because I like the Lakers. I think they have good branding. But the name just doesn't make sense for me. Why in the world would you not change the name upon relocation? So if they're not gonna do it anytime soon, if they're not gonna rebrand, I'm going to rebrand them. Now, the difference here is that I'm taking their purple jersey and making it the purple uniform that they have as an alternate. I'm gonna put that as their home jersey once again. The yellow will be the alternate, and the way will remain the same. The court, however, will remain the same. All that's changing really is the logo. The logo will change from a basketball with action lines with purple letters spelling out the words Los Angeles Lakers to a R. A fancy white R with the crown on top. Now, I was going to put this one in Kansas City, but I'll get to them in a bit. Can't believe I missed them, but I decided to go for LA because LA, you know, I thought the royal theme would work better with the Kings. And Lane is one of the, I know there's a hockey team called the Ontario Lane, but they really missed the mark when it comes to branding, and I think the NBA needs it more, you know, and I decided to name them the Lane, and the Ontario Lane are not going to change anytime soon, I believe. Anyway, so yeah, this is kind of my agreement to get the Lakers out of LA and get a new brand in there instead. So yeah, Los Angeles Lane, welcome to the NBA. Now going back to Kansas City, I can't believe I forgot this market. Kansas City, okay, needs an NBA team. And I forgot one to put in Cincinnati as well. I'll also go over that branding next. So, this team will be called the Colonials. It would have a orange and black color scheme. We'll have a white KC logo in black trim. And the primary logo will be of a mad colonial soldier with the orange hat with a black feather. Now, colonials are associated with the military brand. There is a big military brand in there. So, I decided to leave the royal theme behind and decided to go with that name instead. And I think I did a pretty good job. You could say it looks like the Flyers, but I didn't really have any other choice here. So, the uniforms, the primary home will be orange, of course, with black lettering spelling out the word Kansas City in a fancy type form that would have been the Colonials, would be a colonial type of typeface. And white text with black trim, and the shoulder cuffs would have a black and white trim, and the pants, the stripes will go like this: black, white, black on the home. And then the pants will have a black and white stripe around the waist. And will also have thicker stripes on the sides as well, with the primary logo on the right pant leg. The way is basically the same, with all the white elements changed to black. Did I say that right? Yes, will be changed to black. And basically, yeah. I mean, will be changed to orange. Sorry, not black, orange. The court I thought I did a okay job with. The black and orange color scheme I'm not too happy with, but I'll just go with it. The border is orange. The typeface is the same typeface on the jerseys. Is white with black trim, and we'll have Kansas City on one side with Colonials on the other. The middle of the court will have the primary logo, of course, and the keys will be black with orange trim. I thought I did an okay job here. Not too impressed with this myself, but you know, can only do so much. Next up, the Cincinnati Royals. This one I did a much better job with, I thought in my mind. I'm bringing back the Royals because a lot of people thought I would go with Sabres. I'm not going to do that because Buffalo would just come at me. Royals is not used a lot in a lot of sports. I know there's the Kansas City Royals, but they're different. This will be a different team with a different color scheme. So, the primary color would be blue, the secondary color would be black, and the third color would be gray. To help it, you know, stand out more from the Dallas Mavericks. The logo would be of a Mad King with basketballs on the crown, wrapped around, of course, the crown. The crown itself will be silver, and he would have blue hair. Blue hair, like blue hair, and blue facial hair as well. Like a blue beard. Don't know why I said that. Anyway, the uniforms I thought looked okay here, but I think I did a much better job on the court. So let's talk about the uniforms first. The uniforms, the jersey is blue with a gray stripe, with a thick gray stripe going all the way down, with black thin stripes going all the way down. Also, it will have Kansas City, not Kansas City, Cincinnati Royals across the chest. The pants would be obvious. The shoulder cuffs would be wrapped with a blue and white stripe, and the text would be trimmed in gray, of course, and the two thin stripes that I said were black are actually gray, my bad, and yeah, it looked good here. The pants, the waist will have white and gray stripe going around the waist. The primary logo will be on the right pant leg, of course. And then the away uniform. The away uniform is basically the same. The court is different. The court is, I thought I did a pretty nice job with. The border is blue with gray, with white lettering, with gray trim, with Cincinnati on one side, Royals on the other. Primary logo at the center, and also will have gray keys with blue keys with black trim. Moving on to moving on to the M's, Minnesota Lakers. Finally, we're getting the Lakers back in Minnesota because they never really belonged in LA to begin with. I feel like they always should have remained in Minnesota. Their logo is different. The colors are different. The uniforms are different. The whole thing is different. So let's talk. The colors are blue and yellow and white, of course. And the primary uniform. Wow. The logo is of the shape of Minnesota in yellow with blue trim. And through the state of Minnesota, there's a blue lake winding down to the bottom of the state outline, okay? And inside the state, you can see Minneapolis Lakers in cursive font. That cursive font will also be on the uniforms. The uniforms. Finally, we're there. The uniforms. Let's talk. Okay, the home uniform is blue with yellow lettering with white trim. The stripes that go up and down the middle are yellow, white, and yellow. Same thing on the right side, and the shoulder cuffs will be trimmed in with a yellow and white stripe. The waist will also have a yellow and white stripe around the waist. And of course, the primary logo is on the right pant leg. The court. Same as the others, the court is with their primary logo in the front. And their primary logo, the primary color is the background of the court with yellow letters with white trim. The keys are blue with yellow trim. Yellow with blue trim. Kind of makes it obvious. Personally, I thought I did better with the court here. And the uniforms. I think that I enjoy the blue and yellow color scheme sometimes. And bring the Lakers back to Minneapolis so that we can have 2 sports franchises. That would be nice. Okay, moving on to the New Jersey Nets. Remember when I said I moved the Nets? Well, I moved them to New Jersey, right? The logo would change. The uniforms will change, and also the court will change as well. The court would be, let's talk about the logo first. The logo is no longer white basketball with a black B. It would be of a white, red, blue, and white basketball going through a hoop. I would, with the word Nets above it. This, I think, would make for a much better logo. The jerseys changed as well. The home uniform is no longer black, with black letters with white trim. And also well, I don't think they have the stripe going down the pants. Anyway, now it would be blue with white lettering with red trim. The stripes will go red, white, red on the waist of the jersey, and then on the waist of, on each side of the waist of the jersey, the shoulder cuffs would be trimmed in red, then white, okay? And the pants will be, the waist will have red and white stripes going around the waist, okay? The primary logo on the right pant leg, and the pants will also be blue. And the stripes that go on the middle continue to the pants. The away uniform, flip all the white elements to make it red. Did I say that right? Blue. Sorry, blue. Yeah, it's hard. It's been a long week. The coat will have a blue border with white lettering, spelling of the word Brooklyn on one side, Nets on the other. The keys are red with white trim. And then the primary logo will be in the center. I thought I did a pretty nice job with the color and the uniforms and the logo here, but in my mind. So let's go to the next one, which would be the Pittsburgh Swashbucklers. I chose the name Swashbucklers because Pittsburgh is famous for pirates. I'm not sure why. So is Tampa Bay, but I had a fresh new idea for Tampa. Unfortunately, this is where this video ends. Yeah, ends. I'll talk about the rest of the teams in part 2 of my NBA expansion video. And yes, that is coming soon. Okay, on to the logo. The logo will be of a white pirate with a black mustache, black hair, and with a black hat, with a white Jolly Roger with blue eyes, and also a red scarf on it as well, with a blue vest and a blue shirt. No, with a red vest and a blue shirt. I chose the name Swashbucklers. Oh, and he also has a small sword in his mouth. I know that the sword in its mouth is kind of much, but I decided to add that detail in there. You can take it out if you want to. It's totally removable. But the Swashbucklers, you know, I thought, oh, and the pilot will also have a gold earring, and the colors would already be explained, blue and red. Yeah, blue and red. I know, I made the nets blue and red as well, but I didn't really want to go the black and yellow route because I have an idea for Hamilton. Now I know Hamilton doesn't have a sports team right now, so I'm gonna fix that. when I go back to the H's, which would be in the other video. The uniforms. The home uniform will be blue, and obviously the away uniform will be white. The home uniform will have red lettering instead of white, and will have red trim instead of white. I mean white trim instead of red trim. Sorry, it's been a long day. It will spell out the word swashbucklers. Now I know that's a long name, but maybe it could just say bucklers or something. I don't know. Anyway, the uniform will also have on the waist. No, not on the waist. Sorry, on the sides of the jersey, there's gonna be a white stripe on the red stripe on the top. That white stripe on the top, red stripe in the middle, and white on the bottom. That will be the case for both sides. The pants will also have that same stripe on both stripes on the sides. The pants will also have a red and white stripe on the waist, and then the shoulder cuffs would be trimmed in red and then white. Okay? Similar to the Nets jersey, but with a few small changes here and there. The white elements on this jersey will become blue in the away uniform, and the logo will be on the right pant leg, okay? And then the court will have a blue border with red lettering with white trim. The keys will be blue with red trim instead of red with blue trim. The primary logo will be at the center of it. The lettering will spell out Pittsburgh on one side, swashbucklers on the other. You might have to short it for the uniforms. And that just about does it for part 1 of my NBA expansion video. If you like jersey logo content, be sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my latest videos. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Kapow!